Hi everyone. Today is Salesforce Lightning Day 6. Today and tomorrow we will be focusing on Lightning. So today our session is Day 6. What are we going to learn today? Today's agenda. So we will review the previous session of the Lightning Aura and we will talk about the interfaces in Aura component. Today our focus is learning the Lightning Quick Action. And in Lightning Quick Action, there are two types are there. We will see the differences between the Lightning Quick Action versus Lightning Quick Action without header. And also we'll learn one of the Aura component called Lightning Input. And we'll have a quiz, homework, and today's interview. So let's jump on the previous one. Okay, so what did we learn last?
Lightning bundle.
App hostable, like Aura components.
We have learned the app hostable. Where can we see when we click on the file, new Lightning component? Here, one of the checkbox called Lightning tab. If I check this Lightning tab, and if I give the Lightning bundle name, and as soon as I click on submit, the interface gets implemented within the Lightning component. And we had written this, and we also created the tab in Salesforce. How to create the tab in Salesforce?
In setup,
Setup,
go to tabs, Lightning component tab, check new.
Yes. So from setup, we have to go to the tab on the Lightning component section, click on the new button, and it will open up and ask the which component do you wanted to place it. Put the Lightning component there and click on save. And after adding the Lightning tab, what is the next? After that, what is the step? Can we see?
Who can see the tab?
Footer and part header and footer.
Who can see the tab like sales services?
Tab has two sections. First section is where we are giving the Lightning component name. Second page is who all can see the Lightning tab. So we'll see all the different profiles and we have to give a checkbox. If everybody has to see that tab, then check it. If we have a restriction to some members, then we have to uncheck it. So it has two pages. First page is Lightning component information. Second page is
Add to profiles.
Add to profiles. So this is what we have discussed in the last session. And also we have discussed interfaces in Aura component. So Force has three components. App hostable, Lightning Quick Action has record ID. And Flexi page has available for all page types, available for record home. And then the third one is Force Community. Force Community has a component called available for all page types. Here, Force, Flexi page, Force Community are namespace. App hostable, Lightning Quick Action has record ID, available for all page type, available for record home. These are Lightning component name, right? So last session, we have seen the app hostable. App hostable is nothing but where we are going to add the Lightning custom tab. If we wanted to implement the Lightning custom tab, we have to use the interface called app hostable. Now, quick action, today we are going to focus on if we want to implement a quick action on the page, on the record page. So we have to use the interface called Lightning Quick Action. Has record ID to capture the record ID, available for all page types. If we wanted to place a Lightning component on the Lightning page, then we have to use the interface called available for all page type. A record home, in case if we wanted to place the Lightning component on the record home, record page, then we have to use the available for record home. The next one is community pages, because this available for all page types we are using in the namespace called Force Community. So we have a different other than the Salesforce, we have a communities. In the communities, if we wanted to use the any Lightning component, if we wanted to place Lightning component in the community page, we will use the force community colon available for all page type. So that means force has a tab action and to capture the record ID. Flexi page has a related to page and force community is this namespace. What are the components we have? It's all related to the community. Now, last session we have learned Apex hostable. Now, today we are going to focus on Lightning QuickAction. Now, force colon Lightning QuickAction. What is a force colon Lightning QuickAction? We will use this interface. We will add this. We will add force colon Lightning QuickAction interface to the Lightning component. It is added to the Lightning component to allow developer to be used as a custom action in Lightning experience. If I wanted to implement, I have a Lightning experience. Here we have an account. I'm opening the account object. When I open the account object, I see all the records. Now I click on one of the record. When I click on one of the record, it will be redirected to the new page where I can see detailed information here. It has two sections here, right? And on top, we will see all the buttons here. Here, all the buttons on the record page. And force colon Lightning QuickAction. This will be added to only Lightning component. Only Lightning component. We will add force colon Lightning QuickAction to the Lightning component to allow it to be used as a custom action in Lightning experience. If you wanted to implement a quick action in the Lightning experience, then we have to use the interface called force colon Lightning QuickAction. Now, navigation steps on the Salesforce Lightning experience. For example, let's assume that we have already created a Lightning component. We have already created a Lightning component by adding the interface called force colon Lightning QuickAction. Force colon Lightning QuickAction. So steps are in the Salesforce Lightning experience, click on setup and then click on the object manager. Go to setup and then you will go to object manager. In object manager, click on any object. Assume that we have so many objects. For example, you clicked on the account object. You clicked on the account object. Now click on the account object. Then in the account object, you will see button, links, and actions. There is one option called button, links, and actions. So click on that button, links, and actions. You will see this screen. So click on this option. As soon as you click on it, you will be able to see all the buttons, links, what are the buttons are there, links are there, actions, everything we can see here. If you wanted to create a button or a link, then you have to click on a new button or link. If you want to create an action, then you have to click on new action. Actions only available in Lightning experience. You cannot see in the classic. Like what are the actions we are creating it, we can see in the Lightning and we cannot see in the classic. Now, so there you have a new action. So click on a new action button. When you click on this new action button, it will redirect it to this page. It is redirected to this page. Now here we have a couple of fields. The first one, it says by default, it is giving me the object name. By default, it is giving me the object name account because we are coming from the account button, links, and action. We clicked on it. From there, we clicked on the new action button. So object name is automatically taken by Salesforce. Next one is called action type. action type is, there are different, if you click on this drop down, there are different type of actions are there. There are different type of actions. For example, one of the action type is visual force. Another one is LWC. And the next one we have a lightning component. So select this action type lightning component, because right now we are focusing on the lightning component. So select the action type lightning component and then choose your lightning component. Choose the lightning component. So here, if your component has an interface /lightningQuickAction, then only the component will appear here. Otherwise, you will not be able to see the component here. Then height, the next one is height. Height is by default, Salesforce gives the 250 pixel. If you wanted to increase it, you can go ahead and increase it. You can increase it, whatever the, based on the client requirement, if you wanted to change 300 pixel or 400 pixel, you can change it. Standard label type. Standard label type, you can choose a list. Here we have a different list. Here we have a different list. So for example, your component is for creating a new record. Your component is creating a new record. Then choose the label, but it is not mandatory. It is standard label is not mandatory. Either you can choose it or you can keep it none. It's up to you. But if your component is doing some actions or doing some logic which is related to the existing standard label type, then you choose it. Now I'll show you that what are those. Now next one is a name. It's a unique name. On QuickAction, what are the name you wanted to see? So when you click on the QuickAction on the record level, right? When you finally create a QuickAction, so on the record, you will see all the QuickAction here. What is the name that should be displayed here is decided by name. And the last one is description. Give more information about the, what are the QuickAction you are creating it. What are the QuickAction you are creating it. Now let's go ahead and see. Let's click on setup. Click on object manager. Click on account. In account, we have an option called buttons, links, and action. When you click on a buttons, links, and action, this is the screen you will see. This has a all kind of a buttons, it has a links, has actions, everything you can see here. This is the label name, button label name, and this is the name of the button. And what if you are giving a description, you can mention the description. Here, content source, what kind of a content? Is it a standard button, or is it a lightning button, or is it a visual force, or is it a URL? You will be able to see what type of source it is. Overridden, in case if you are overriding, for example, I have a new button here and I'm overriding this new button with lightning component. So that time it will show that here your component, what are the button is there, new button is overridden by the custom component. So that means when you click on a new button, what are the standard pages there? It won't work. We will see with the example, don't worry. So now I'm creating the new action. Click on new action. So when you click on a new action, here the object name, by default it is showing the object on which this action is available. Action type. We have a different type of action type. Send email. If you have written a logic, could be a Visual Force, could be a LWC, could be a whatever it is, a lightning aura. If your action type is going to perform a send email, then choose the send email. That means when user click on that, there is some action happens to send an email. Log a call, if you wanted to, there is an option here. If you go to the object, here you see log a call is there, right? So this, if you wanted to implement that, for example, you have selected a log a call, then you have to choose the label, right? But we are not interested on the log a call. We will come to that later. Next one, custom visual force. If you have implemented any custom visual force, you can choose the custom visual force. And the next action type, we have a update record. Next action type, we have update a record. So update record is if you wanted to create some quick action which will update the record. Okay, you can go ahead and create. Now, lightning component, that's how this is what we needed right now. Lightning web component, if you are referring the lightning web component. Flows, if you are referring the flows. So how many are there here? Create a record, send an email. Yes, how many are there in the action type? Create a record, send an email,
Log a call,
Log a call,
log
lightning
a call,
component,
update record,
update record,
lightning component,
lightning web component.
and we have a flow. Before this, we have one more option called custom visual force. Custom visual force. Now, if you wanted to refer the aura component, use this. Select action type as a lightning component. If you wanted to refer LWC, then choose your action type as lightning web component. Now, if you wanted to refer a lightning flows, if you want to refer a lightning flows in the quick action, choose the option called flows. Now, if you wanted to use a visual force, some customization you have implemented, then use the custom visual force. Now, create a record to the update a record. This is a Salesforce standard. It will not give any options. If you select a create a record or a send email or a log a call or update a record, it's not a customization. You are creating it, just you are creating it, that's it. For example, if I click on this send email, send email does not give any option. Log a call, basically it wants some message here, right? Some message we have to send it. Then update a record, just an updating a record, that's it. Now create a record. Create a record has which record you wanted to create. For example, I wanted to create an account record. Right, account record. Then you choose the account record and click on save button. So we'll come to that point when we are doing into the admin. So when we are playing in the admin, that time we will come to these options. For now, we are only focusing on the lightning component. So my action type is lightning component. Now, it is showing. Okay, so Let me delete this. Okay, so action type is lightning component. Now, we do not have any quick actions. We do not have any quick actions. Assume that it is a fresh or we have not implemented any component for quick action, any component that is using the interface called quick action. So it is going to give you the error saying that no lightning component quick actions are available for your organization. That means you have not implemented any lightning component using the interface called lightning quick action. We have a component which we have written the component, a new lightning tab, but it has an interface called app postable. Also, we have written this first Aura component that is also having the implement app postable. But in order to add here, in order to add to the quick action, we need an interface on the lightning component. What is that interface? lightning quick action. lightning quick action. Now the next option is Hight. Hight is basically, it's by default is 200 pixel. But if you wanted to change, if you wanted to adjust your height based on your component, then you can adjust it. You can adjust it. So the height of the custom action composer in pixels, the width of the actions in controlled by the publisher. So width, you can decide it. Height, you can make it here. And the next one is standard label type. We have a different standard label type. We have a different standard label type. So new is log a call. It's a standard one, log a call. Log a note also standard one. Whatever you see record level, whatever you see record level. If you wanted to use this record level options, then you have to use a different interface. I'll show you that after implementing the page. Now from here, edit comments. This is just information. Choose an option from this list to have a Salesforce automatically create a label for this action. So if you choose this, Salesforce automatically takes that, it will create a label for this action. It doesn't do much here. So it's not mandatory. It's not mandatory, but you can choose it. You can choose anything here, change date, I'm changing the due date, or change priority, change status, social post, escalated, anything you can choose it. If you do not want to choose it, if you are not clear on this, that's fine. You can leave that. You can leave that. Now, standard label type is just information for the Salesforce. Developer doesn't need much analysis on this. Developer doesn't need much analysis on this. Now, label, what is the label on the quick action? When you create a new quick action, what is the name of the quick action that you wanted to give? So mention the label, and also name is it is basically the API name. It is API name, which is a unique. This is the label and this is the API name. So this is unique name used by the API. That means when you are referring in the flows or anywhere, if you are referring the new quick action, always use the API name, not the label name. Next one is a description. Next one is a description where you will be adding the most information here. Let's assume that what I'll do is whatever we have the existing one. Okay, I'll create a new one, new lightning component, LC underscore. We are creating the, which one we are creating right now? Which option we are creating?
Lightning
QuickAction.
QuickAction. Lightning QuickAction. Lightning QuickAction.
Which option here?
Action, quick action.
Action.
Ma'am, can you select two at a time?
Yes, you can. So lightning quick action. Creating.
What will
I
happen if
wanted
we
to select
select
the
the
lightning tab and quick action. Let's do that. Creating quick action and tab. Quick action. As well as lightning tab. Okay. Anybody has any questions here? Before I move on, any
over
questions?
there in the Salesforce, like what you have kept, like have you kept anything? I just missed it due to my connection. Can you please tell that?
I have not mentioned anything. I'm just giving the what is each field.
Okay.
Okay. So when we create a new quick action, so what are the fields are available here? So the focus is on the mandatory fields here. So lightning component in action type, our focus is on the lightning component. Choose that lightning component, and the lightning component, so far we do not have anything. So that's the reason it is showing me the error. No lightning component quick actions are available for your organization. Height, you can adjust it. Standard label type is not mandatory, but if you wanted to choose, you can choose it. It's just a label for the Salesforce. Salesforce automatically creates a label for this action. And then you mention what is the name of the quick action. Then name is here, what are the name is there? This is automatically taken based on the whatever the name you have given here. For example, here I am giving the quick action. So it automatically takes the, based on whatever value we are giving in the label, automatically it displays the name. And the description, more details about this quick action. Right? So that's what I was saying. Any other questions before I move on? Okay. So let's go. So we are creating a quick action and a tab. We are creating quick action and tab. Now I'm selecting the two options here. I'm selecting two options. So when I select and click on submit button. Okay. What happened here right now? What is the error that is giving? What is the error it is giving?
It is not legal, it's saying the name it.
Can the lightning naming rules, lightning naming rules, does lightning
Question.
accept the
Special character is there.
Yes.
Yes.
It doesn't accept.
it cannot access? Now click on submit. Perfect. When I select multiple options, what happened here? It is added the two interfaces. One is app postable and the second one is lightning quick action. App postable and lightning quick action. Now, whatever we have implemented in this, right? We have implemented some lightning card, right? So what I'll do is I'll just take in some information, or I'll just write it here. Let's say that H1, I'm just using for now I'm using the HTML tag. Swapna, Salesforce training, and then I'll say lightning component on Friday and Saturday. Let's say this is normal text. Now I have created lightning QuickAction underscore tab. Now I'll go back to the here. Let me refresh Salesforce. Now our focus of action type is lightning component. Now here by default, it is showing me the lightning component name because I have only one lightning component. If I give the same interface, if I provide this interface, I'm giving it to the lightning component tab. Okay. So let's save this.
Swapna, need to give comma, I think.
Yeah.
Two interfaces are there at comma.
So let's save this. And what will happen if I refresh it? It will show the two lightning components. It will show two lightning components. Action type, lightning component. Now here, quick action and new lightning tab. What are the first one is there? By default, it will take the first one. And I'm interested to only quick action tab. That is the one which we have created right now. I don't want to mention the standard label type, so I'll give it as a none. And lightning component, I'll just say that new record. Automatically, the name will be displayed. Component creates a new record. Click on save. Now, as soon as it's saved, let's go back to the object manager and click on account, buttons, links, and actions. Now here, if you observe, new record is created. This is the description. And what is this? This is the lightning component. Detail page link is a lightning component. URL is also lightning component. You will be able to see here. If you wanted to edit, just click on this or just directly click on this new record. If you click on that new record, it will bring you back to the whatever you have created. Now label, what are the name that you have given? Object, by default, it will take the object name. Standard label, not mandatory. Action type, lightning component. What is the name? API name, new underscore record, and icon is, we just mentioned this. Description, whatever we have mentioned the description. Lightning component, this is my lightning component. If you right click and open in new tab, it will open the lightning component, but you will not be able to see detailed information what has been implemented in the lightning component. You will just see name of the lightning component, what is the label and description, and who has created, who has modified it. You will be able to see only this information. In case if you wanted to know more in detail what was implemented in this component, click on this developer console. It will open up the developer console and you can see whatever the code is written in this lightning component. Hi.
How can you rename the component's name? Because in Visual Force you can go edit it, and Lightning component there's no option.
Yes, it does not have an option. You cannot edit from the Salesforce. If you want to edit it, go back to the here and it will open up. So Lightning Aura component, you have to open either this one or the Visual Studio. Okay, so you cannot edit it.
Yeah, and if you want to change any name, you just edit the existing one.
You want
got
to
it, I got
change the lightning component name?
Yeah, do you do like edit this one?
Okay, we'll come to that point.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Fine. Okay, so if you click on that, it will open the lightning component name. And height is 250 pixels. Now I have created a new action. Right? New quick action I have created. Am I able to see the quick action here? If I refresh it, am I able to see the information here? I cannot see. Because I just created the quick action. That's it. I have not added on to the lightning page. So I need to add this onto the lightning page. Right? What is the lightning page here? Whatever this page is there, whatever this entire page, right? Whatever this entire page is there, this is called lightning page. This is called a lightning page. Now, how can you edit this? How can you edit this page? You are in a record, right? You are in this record. When you land onto the record, if you wanted to edit this page, okay, click on this setup. Click on this setup and then click on edit page. When you click on an edit object, what will happen? It goes to the object manager. When you click on an edit object, it goes to the object manager. It will directly land onto that particular object. Now, if you click on edit page, it will take you to the builder.
Lightning app builder.
Yes, Lightning app builder. It will take you to the Lightning app builder. Now, this Lightning app builder has different components. Here. This is header. This is header. Highlight panel. Right? And whatever the buttons you are seeing it, if you do not want to see, okay, you can make a changes by clicking on this. You can make a changes here. I'll come to that point later. But now here, if you see related details new, our focus is on the details, right? Because this is a page layout. This is a page layout. What is the page layout? Page layout is basically how you wanted to structure, how developer wanted to display the fields. What is the page layout? Page layout is nothing but I have a page. Let me paint. I have a page, normal page. Page is there. Now, on this page, how a client or how developer, basically how client wants to see the fields and which format in a sense, is it first field or in order wise? How client wants to see the fields or making the changes like a different section, everything, if whatever the way. For example, if client says that, okay, I need account basic information in first section. They say that account basic information in first section. Here I need a basic information. Only it should show me related to person first name, last name, whatever the basic information of the person is there, only those fields I wanted to show here. Now in the same page, I need another section. In the same page, I need another section which talks about the address information, Now here I need a city, building. What are the building city or building street, city, and postal code, right? And the country. Right? So, and then in the same page, I need another section, which is called as a system default fields. Let's assume that these are the system fields. System fields in a sense created by, last modified by, last modified by. Now client says that this is the format I want, because client decides how the fields needs to be displayed on the layout and how many buttons that needs to be displayed on this page. Whatever the design we will do it on the page is called page layout. Whatever the design that we do it on the page is called page layout. Now tomorrow client says that I do not want country postal code here. I want a country postal code in the second column. I needed 2 columns here, right? Building street, city should show here, country postal code should show here. Perfectly fine. So we can adjust. So based on the client requirement, developers make a changes on the page. Developer design a page how the client wants. So the designing and whatever the buttons, layout, buttons, fields, whatever we wanted to display on the page is called page layout. How do I see the page layout? So if you go to the object, here you have one option called page layout. Here you have an option called page layout. So here we will see in real time, possible that you might see more than one page layout in real time, right? Now here I have 4 page layouts are there. Here I have 4 page layouts are there. But how do I know this lightning page is connected to the which page layout? Which page layout? Now, just a step back. When the Salesforce started, they started with the Classic, right? Classic has a page layout. Classic has a page layout. This is how it displays in the Classic. Now, they have came up with the Lightning. And they are saying that if you want to make changes to the layout, we call in Lightning, we call Lightning page. Lightning page. Now, what is this Lightning page? When I click on this Lightning page, with it open up the app builder. And I'll see in the app builder, this page has a multiple components. One is a header, and here one more is there, and here one more is there. So multiple layouts. This is the layout that we are able to see in the Lightning page when I click on the edit page. Now it has multiple components. Now what they have done is, this is a highlight panel, or you can say it is header. In header, you will decide what are the fields that needs to be highlighted here. For example, I wanted to see account name, and I'm interested to see the account rating. These are the 2 fields I'm interested to see, because as soon as the user open or client opens the record, this part, whatever the highlight part is there, it will immediately show them. Whatever the values are there, first it will load the highlight panel. So as soon as it loads the highlight panel, they will be able to first focus, it goes on to the highlight label. Highlight, whatever this header part is there, the focus directly goes on to the header part. And then in below this, we have one more page here, one more component we have. In this component, again, it is divided into 3 sections. In this component, again, it is divided into 3 sections. One is, first one is we are seeing the related, right? The first one we are seeing as a related. And the second one is detail section. Second one is details. And the third one is some different tab. Okay. So these are the 2 tabs. When I click on this button, it opens up the different page, right? That means when I click on that button, what happens? It is opening up the another page. It is opening up the another page. If I click on a detail section, then it is opening another page. What is this page? When I click on this detail section, it is ultimately calling the page layout. So page layouts sits into the detail section within the Lightning page. Whereas Classic, you directly see page layout. Whereas Classic, you directly see a page layout. But when it comes to the Lightning page, whatever the page layouts are there, those sits into the detail section. Not a related, only detail section will contain, if there is any page layout, if it is referring, then detail section will have page layout information. Now let me show you in the Classic. So let me open the Classic here in the Edge. So let's switch to Classic. Now I'm opening the account and same record I'm opening Infosys. Okay. See here, account owner, account name, parent account number, account site, type, industry, right? Account revenue, billing address, custom priority, SLA. This is a page layout. This is page layout. What page layout it is? One of them. We have a 4 page layouts here. One of them is that is the page layout. So basically, when you click on the detail section, your page layout, what are the page layouts that we have implemented for this object? That object sits inside the details. So first thing is that Lightning Page App Builder. And then you will have a page, Lightning page. Lightning page, and within that you have a multiple components. Multiple components. Within that component, one of the component is details. Within the details, the page layout is called. From the detail section, page layout is called. So this is the flow. First you will go to the app builder, then you will go to the Lightning page, then it will open up the multiple component. identify the right component and go to the detail section. If you go to the detail section, you will see the page layout. Right? Whereas a classic, you don't have these all things. It will be directly open your page layout. Your page layout is directly open. Is that clear? Any questions on the page layout? Okay.
Swapna,
Yes.
in the page layout, we all even put the related list, right?
Yes. I'll come to that point. Related list is a different in Lightning. So, but I'm talking about here detail section. So you see here the name, it's called as a details. We are talking about the detail section.
Okay.
Now,
I have a question. If it's not related, please, but where does dynamic forms fit into this?
dynamic forms are different. We have not yet reached the dynamic forms. So we are still learning
Okay.
the basics.
Okay, that's good.
Okay. So here, first I'm into the Lightning app builder. Then we opened up the page. What is the page here? Account record page. Right? If you wanted to create a new page, you can create a new page. But right now in the Lightning app builder, we are into the account record page. Within the record page, we have a different component. This is header component. And then we have this another component. And this is another component. So basically, this is the Lightning layout. So when you create a new Lightning page, or that time you have to choose what type of a layout you need it. Okay, so here in this, we have called detail section. In the detail section, if I select this, you will see here record details. I'm talking about the details. We are not talking about the related list. Record details. In the record details, see here, assign page layout. Whatever the previewed is there, whatever the previewed is there, that is the layout it is assigned here. That is the layout it is assigned here. If you click on this account layout, if you click on that account layout, it will open up the object manager page layout and it directly go to account layout. So what I have done, I just clicked on this account page layout. Whatever it shows previewed, that means you are viewing this page layout. You are viewing this page layout. So I'll go to that page layout. No, why we came to the page layout? Why we are talking about the page layout here?
To set up the fields, to design the fields in the page.
To set up action.
Display the fields.
Action button in the
Dash. How the clients wants to.
Fields and buttons.
Did we create any field? We have not created a field. We have created a quick action. To place a quick action, we came to this page layout.
Page layout, yes.
So where quick action is only available in the mobile and Lightning action. You cannot see in the buttons. What is the quick action that we have created?
Lightning.
What is the quick action that we have created?
new record.
New record. Let me go to the buttons, links. This is the one which we have created the new records. Right? So now I'll go back to this page and I'll click on the account layout. So it will go to my page layout. In the page layout, we have a different options here. Now we are focused on only actions, quick actions. Now, am I able to see the quick action here? If I type new record, yes, I'm able to see. Am I able to see here new records in quick action? No, I'm not able to see. Am I able to see custom links here? No, I cannot see. Buttons. Am I able to see the new one, whatever I have created? No. So basically, whatever the quick action we have created, we can only access in the mobile and lightning action. We can access only in mobile and lightning actions. Now, here, where is the, this is the part, Salesforce mobile and lightning experience. This is the one. Salesforce mobile and lightning experience. Now, if I drag, if I wanted to place a button, then I just need to drag it and place it into the Salesforce mobile and lightning experience. I just need to place it into the Salesforce mobile and lightning experience. If I try to play somewhere else, does it allowing it? It's not allowing me. It is giving me the red color, right? That means I cannot add it here. I cannot add it here. Until unless I find a right place, it won't be allowing me. Like if I go somewhere else, if I wanted to place it here, 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 or somewhere, created custom related list, it is giving me the red sign up, stop. That is not the right one. Now I'll go to this one. See, it is highlighting automatically. Now this is a normal. As soon as I select this, see, I did not even come to that point, but it is highlighted. That means it is giving a Salesforce is giving a sign that that particular quick action or that particular button only suits into the lightning mobile and Salesforce mobile and lightning experience. Where did we add? New record, it went last. Okay, so I have placed the first one. Now click on is save. We have created the quick action by adding the interface. We created a lightning component. In the lightning component, we added the interface called. What is the interface?
Quick action. Lightning quick action.
Lightning QuickAction.
Lightning quick action. So we created the lightning component and then we created a new action and we added that action into the page layout. Now let me go back here. Leave. I don't want to make any changes because I made a changes onto the page layout. Now, is it showing me here new record? Right? So if I click on this new record, it's just simply showing the information here. Whatever the text is there, it is showing me. Now, this is similar way if you click on a new contact, it opens up the new contact, right? The same styling gets applied here. If I click on this new contact, it shows a header called new contact and below the button cancel and save. Now, if I click on this new record, I see the header called new record and I can click on the cancel button. Right? Did we add a cancel button in our component?
No.
No.
We have not added. So it is automatically displaying in the. When we click on that button, it is displaying the header and it is displaying the footer. Now back to the slides. Now the Salesforce has two types of interfaces in Lightning QuickAction. First one that we have tried right now is Lightning QuickAction. And another one which we have is Lightning QuickAction without header. There are two types are there. By default, we have Lightning quick action. And the second one is force colon lightning quick action without header. Without header. Initially, Salesforce was having only one option called force colon lightning quick action. After that, after a couple of updates, right, after releases, they have added the without header. Now, what is the difference between the lightning quick action and lightning quick action without header? The only difference is when I take interface called lightning quick action, means it displays the header, footer, along with that it will display the cancel button. If I take an interface called lightning quick action, what it does, it will add the header automatically and it will add the footer and it display the cancel button. But if I take a lightning quick action without header, what will happen? It does not show the footer and header, it does not show. Sometimes, based on the client requirement, whatever is Salesforce showing me the footer, whatever Salesforce is showing me the footer, client doesn't want. We wanted to make customization of that footer also. We wanted to make a header. What are the header it is showing? Right now it is showing the header new records. Now client says that I do not want to see the new records. We wanted to see different data on the top. I need more information on the header. So in that case, what we will do, we have to customize the header. Customize the header. For customizing the header footer, what you can do is you can remove the default header footer by using the lightning quick action without header. So if I use force colon lightning quick action, this is how it displays. It displays the header and it displays the footer, right? And then if I take a lightning quick action without header, what will happen? It does not have header, it does not have a footer. Developer has to customize what buttons needs to be displayed at the footer, what description needs to be, or what title needs to be displayed on the header. It won't, the developer will be deciding it. As soon as I use the lightning quick action without header means I do not want to use the Salesforce by default header, by default footer, I don't want to use it. Right? So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and add that. So instead of quick action, what I'll do, I'll use without header. So let's save and let's go back to the Salesforce. Let's refresh. Click on new record. What happened? It's gone. Header, footer, not there. It is just showing me the text. It is just showing me the text. Any questions on the force colon lightning quick action and force colon lightning quick action without header?
Ma'am, in real time, in which cases without header is used?
Yeah, if client want, for example, we are creating a quick action called new record, right? So whatever the quick action name is there, by default, it is showing the new record here. Now requirement is I don't want to show, client says that we want a different name on top. Or we are implementing a quick action for the calculate button. Or we are implementing some patient data information I wanted to capture on the account record. But I do not want to show the new record because I'm creating the patient record here. When I say new record, it confuses my members because they assume that it is creating the new record of the account. Instead of the new record, I need a patient details information hyphen on the account. So I need this customization, and in the footer, it should show me save, save and cancel, or it should show me different buttons. If they have those kind of a customization and I wanted to build my own customization, in that case, we will go with our own footer.
Mom, how did you remove the header here?
Header is removed because we have used the interface.
Oh, you just changed it. Okay.
Yeah, I just changed the interface from Lightning QuickAction to Lightning QuickAction without header.
Okay, thank
you. Swapna, is it possible to order the buttons on the QuickAction? Like I want to see the newly added button first and then the other ones. Can I reorder them?
Yes, you can reorder. You mean these buttons, right?
Yes, yes.
You can reorder. That is available only on the Lightning page. Okay, let's go there. How to go to the Lightning page?
From the setup.
Setup.
Page.
Edit page.
Setup, edit page.
Edit page.
Now. Okay, so we are landed onto the Lightning App Builder. We are in the page, account record page. Now highlight this or click on this. When you click on this, the highlight panel gets open. Highlight panel gets open. Now here, do you see the plus follow? If you do not want, if client says that we are not using the plus follow, so I do not want to see this button here. Okay, this is a hint for today, additional information. So the client says that plus follow button, I do not want it to see. So what we will do, because we are new to Salesforce, I'll go to the page layout and I'll go to that specific page layout where we have added the new record. Now, where is the follow-up? So I'll try to identify where is the follow-up here. I'll click on this mobile Lightning and then I'll say follow. It doesn't show me the button here, right? The first thing what we will do, because we are new to Salesforce, we will go to the page layout. I'll try to find out where is that button, plus follow button. But plus follow button is not on the page layout. You won't be seeing the plus follow button on the page layout. It will be on the Lightning page. It will be on the Lightning page. If you highlight this, here you see one option, hide follow unfollow button. If client says that I do not want this button because we do not have a concept called follow unfollow, that's fine. So we will hide it. Gone. Right? Hide it. That is gone. So that checkbox will help whether you wanted to show. That's the reason plus follow button is there is a space between the plus follow and new records, new contact, new case. You see there is a attached here, new record, new contact, new case. Between these buttons, there is no space. But when you look at this plus follow and between this follow and new record, there is a space here. That means that is a separate button which is only available in the Lightning page. So in case if client says that, we do not want to have this button because we do not have a concept called follow unfollow. Just check this. If you check this, the button will go away. It doesn't appear. Now, here we have so many buttons are there. Here we have so many buttons are there. Now on the page layout also, I can order it. First, I wanted to show file, and then I wanted to show the record, and then or file, new task, new record, you can save it, right? This will be applied to the page. Either you can do it on the page layout, right? In the page layout, you can order it. Which are the one you wanted to see first? For example, file, new task, then new contact. Then after that, I wanted to see the new record. So Now we have changed the page layout order. Let's switch to the Lightning. Let's go to account. Yeah, we are in the account. See here, new record. It takes some time. So let's click on save button again. Okay. Let's refresh. Right click, inspect. And then right click on this refresh button, empty cache and refresh. That is a hard refresh.
Ma'am, why sometimes the page load in Lightning is so slow?
Yeah, so because a lot of cache and background performance, everything will be there, right?
Yeah.
So that's the reason. It will be so because backend client side logic, there are JavaScript and the cache, everything gets runs at the backend. So that's the reason Lightning is a bit slow sometimes, or else if you have a less network also, sometimes it is slow. Okay, so before it was having a new record here, and then now it is showing the new contact. But after new contact, am I displaying the new record? After new contact, am I displaying the new record? After new contact, right, but before that I have a new task. So some buttons are not displaying it here. What is the reason? Right? So we have mentioned here visible action 3 buttons. Why it is showing only 3 buttons here? But when you click on this drop down, you will see multiple options. Initially it shows only 3, and when you click on it, you will see so many buttons appears here. What is the reason? Because we are mentioning show only 3 buttons and rest all hide it in the arrow mark. If you click on that arrow, it will show that. Now, for example, you wanted to change the order in the Lightning page. You don't want to touch the page layout. So what you will do, you will click on this upgrade now. This is upgrade to dynamic action. That means these dynamic actions are going to apply only on the Lightning app builder. And this is only for highlight panel. I'm not updating any other pages. My focus is only on this highlight panel. My focus is on this highlight panel. I'm not focusing on these two. I clicked on this highlight panel. I'm into the highlight panel and I check this. And what are the dynamic action I'm doing here? It's only on the highlight. So upgrade now. When you click on this upgrade now, what will happen? It will give you some information. So basically, do you wanted to migrate? That means start with action from the existing page layout, or you wanted to choose a new action in the Lightning app builder. Let's say that I wanted to start with action from the existing page layout. So I click on next. And I'll select the page layout here and click on finish. What will happen here? It shows me all the actions, whatever is available here. Now I wanted to change the order. Now the new records, whatever is there, I wanted to show it in last, or I wanted to show it here. That's perfectly fine. You put it here and you, wherever you want, you change it. It will be changed. If you wanted to bring it back, you can bring it back here. So order can be changed in the Lightning page. Order can be changed in the Salesforce page layout. If you want a reflect, if you wanted to change and you don't want to worry about the page layout because Classic has to follow the same styling. Classic, I don't want to change anything, but only the Lightning page. I wanted to change the order of the quick action. Then you chose this. You chose this option and you can place it. As soon as you change it, immediately it will impact. For example, you wanted to see 5 buttons instead of 3 buttons. It shows the 5 buttons. Whatever the order of the 5 buttons is there, first 5 buttons it will show. If you wanted to show only 2 buttons, then it will show only 2 buttons. All right, so let's keep it new 3. Let's click on save. Okay, when you click on save, it asks certain information. Okay, it asks certain information because we have to activate that page. When we click on this save, activate this page to make it visible to your users. Until unless you are not activated, you won't be able to see whatever the changes we have done it. We did a changes on the lightning page, but are you able to see here? Follow is still showing me, right? New contact, new record. This is did not apply. That means if you want to apply, if you want to make a changes onto the lightning page, click on a save and activate it. And activate it. Click on activate. So when you click on activate, see here the activation button disappears here. And the new window it shows. Okay. For now, just go with the assign as a org default, desktop and phone. Click on next and save. I'm just activating, that's it. I'm not doing any other thing. Now what I'll do is I'll just go back to the same page. See here the differences, immediately whatever the changes we did it in the lightning page, it will be applied here. Any questions? Do you want me to repeat that again? Okay, so let's go back. So we are talking about the, sorry?
Yes, I have a question.
Yeah.
So these quick actions only on the highlight page, not on the below components.
No, you cannot.
Can't we add any quick actions in this 2 components?
So basically you wanted to add a quick action on the detail section.
Yeah, details are the next component.
So basically you wanted to add a quick action here.
Yeah.
You cannot add that.
What about in activity and charter locations?
You cannot. The place is dedicated for a quick action is here. If you implement a customization, if you implement some code or you have written some lightning component, which is by default it is showing as a button, those you can place it here. But when you are creating a quick action, you will not be able to.
Okay, here already new task, log a call, new event, these items are there already.
Yeah.
Those are also quick actions, right?
Yes, but if you wanted to place it, first you need to put a outer form here. Okay, so that part is a different. We have to put a outer part, then there we have to place it.
Okay.
If I take that direction, it will be my whatever today's topic is there, the direction gets changed.
Okay, okay.
There is another way which we can place it, but not directly. Like you cannot choose here. For example, I selected this. No, I cannot drag it and place it here. No, I cannot do that. So whatever these quick actions are there, only it will be available here. If I select this part, I won't be able to see. These are the tabs. These are the tabs. If I select this activity and chart part, this is a tab. And inside that we have a different, that is a different altogether. Those are activities. So that part is different. But if you wanted to, what are the quick action we have created, you will not be having an option here to place it on here because it doesn't give. It just give me the tab information and filter information. Does it giving me any of the quick action here? It doesn't. It's not giving me any option called quick action. But if I click on this, then it tells me that yes, actions are there. You can place it. But if I click on this, it is also not giving me options to place a directly quick action.
Okay.
If you add more than one button on the page at the top, does it slow the page load? The visible action button.
Yeah, can you repeat that?
The visible action button, you select it to show 3. If you select more, does it slow the page load?
No.
No, okay.
Swapna?
Yeah.
I noticed that, if we make changes to the page layout, it takes a while to reflect. Means we have to clear the cache or we have to do hard refresh, right? But if we make it from this app builder, it quickly updates. Yeah. But if I make changes here, they won't be reflected in Classic, correct?
Right.
So what's in real life? In real life scenario, where do we make the changes, here or in the page layout?
Okay, my question to you, what are the quick action I'm showing here, we are creating here? Does it show in Classic or Lightning?
Only Lightning.
Then only Lightning we have to change.
Okay, no, I'm saying that like in real life, if the client is asking, okay, I want to show 5 buttons, yeah. So so they will be using always Lightning, right? So I have to go in the Lightning and make the changes, correct?
Yes. But does the Classic has number of button to display?
No. I mean, even the reordering. It is not. It will not affect the Classic, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So the maximum buttons you can add up to 10 here. Up to 10 buttons you can add it. If you go more than 10, like for example, if I'm mentioning 55. So what it is saying, enter the number from 0 to 10. Fine. So we will discuss another time about this Lightning page. Let's go back to our topic. Interface, / Lightning quick action. So when I click on this new record, which interface I'm using right now here?
Lightning quick action without header.
Without header. It doesn't show header and footer. Till this point, is it clear? Okay, so let's move on. The new one which we are going to learn is Lightning input. Lightning input. So what is the Lightning input here? Lightning input is it's a Lightning Aura component. Lightning is whatever here it says, Lightning is a namespace. This is a namespace and this is a component. Input is a component, decode it. So why we use this component? We use this Lightning Aura component to accept user input depending on the type of attribute. If I am expecting any input from the user, if we are expecting any input from the user, then we have to use the Lightning :input. And what kind of a data are we expecting in the Lightning input? So basically, Lightning input has a different types: text input, email input, date input, file input. So today our focus is on the text input, email input, date input, file input. There are others also like a date time input, color input, password, telephone, URL, number, checkbox button, toggle, search input with hidden label, search input with spinner, validating input, max length. If you are able to understand how to use this 4, and you will be able to do rest of the things. Only the thing is the type we need to change. Lightning :input. Lightning :input is a Lightning Aura component. It is used to accept the user interface, user input, depending on the type of attribute. Now, what are the attributes that we have inside the Lightning input? There are many attributes in the Lightning :input, but we are going to focus on only few. In real time also, these are the one which we are going to use it. The first one is a type. What type of input it is? What type of input? That means, is it a checkbox? Is it a number? Or is it a date? Or is it a text? Or is it a checkbox button? Or is it a color? Or is it a date, time, email, file, password, number? What type of input is it? I'm showing a box here for the user. I'm showing some input box. I'm showing it. But what type of data they need to enter here? Do they need to enter number here? Or do they need to enter text here? Or do they need to enter the password in this input type? What type of data, what type of input that needs to be accepted from the user is decided by type attribute, where we use the type attribute within the lightning colon input. And the next one, we have a name. Name is nothing but specify the name of input element. Basically what? When you are showing a box here, right? So in front of this, you wanted to show some name here. Enter your first name or enter your last name, some information you wanted to show. Basically a label that you wanted to show. So that is name. So label is basically, label is nothing but what is the text label that you wanted to enter here. Name is, this does not show here. Name does not appear on the user interface, but this is used by the developers. This does not appear on the user interface. I'll show you one example. So here, what are the label we are giving it? That is decided by the label, text label for the input. It is required. For this lightning colon input, label is a required attribute. Only one attribute is required, which is a label attribute. And the next one is, in case if you wanted to specify a value here, by default, you wanted to show some value, then use the value field. Now, next one is required. Specify that you will be specifying the required. If you want an input field, must be filled before submitting the form. That means it is a mandatory field, like how it is shows in the Salesforce. If you go to the Salesforce, before the field, you see that information, right? If I'm creating the new record or if I'm editing the record, whatever the fields are there, whatever the fields are there, if I'm clicking on the edit button, I have so many fields here, but only mandatory field is this account name. You see here star mark. So if I wanted to implement this kind of a required field, that means if I don't enter this field, if I'm trying to submit it, Salesforce gives me an error saying that you need to enter the required field information. So if you want to display an input field, which is a required before you submit a form. So in that case, use the required attribute. So total 5 attributes: type, name, label, value, required. These are the 5 attributes. We are going to use that. Okay. So this is the user story, the client requirement. Implement lightning quick action on account object, where they want me to implement on the account object called, the new quick action name is new record. Now on clicking on the new record quick action, display 5 fields. First one is enter first name. Second one is enter last name. Third one is the email and the date, upload file. Now here I have a enter first name, enter last name, email, date to visit, upload files. Right? Here, what type of text it is? The first one, enter first name. What type of text it is? What type of input field?
Input text.
Text. And enter last name. What type of input field it is?
Text.
Text. Email. What type of input it is?
Email.
Email. Date to visit. What type of input it is? What type of input it is?
Date.
Date. Because we are selecting the date here. See here, symbol date. And the next one, upload a file. What type of input it is?
File.
File. So total 5 fields we have. Text input, email input, date input, file input. Right? These are the 5. And by default, this is a Salesforce button. We are not implementing anything. This is a Salesforce button in the footer, and this is a Salesforce header. Akash, please. So this is the header which is provided by Salesforce. And here, this is a footer provided by Salesforce. And total 5, 2 text fields, 1 email field, 1 date field, and 1 is file. Clear? Now let's go on. Let's implement this Lightning component. Now, as we have already created the one, right? This is the one which we have created. Let me use it as a Lightning QuickAction. Why I'm using the Lightning QuickAction here?
We have header and footer.
Header and footer.
Header and footer we have. Now, the first one, Lightning input. Before that, let me go to Paint, File, New, not see. This is Aura component. Whatever the component we are creating it says Aura component. And then we have to use the interface. Implements equal to
Force
colon
QuickAction. Lightning QuickAction.
Lightning QuickAction. Okay, this is on starting. And then let's end here. And we have an ending of this. Aura colon component. Now, within this component, we have to build multiple Lightning input component. How many are there? 5 are there. Multiple input components. Right. So first, this one is a text, and then we have an email, and we have date, and then we have a file. Now, in order to implement this, what is the Lightning Aura component we have to use? What is the Lightning Aura component we have to use in order to implement that?
Lightning input.
Lightning input text.
Lightning
input text.
Lightning colon input
text.
Not input text. Input text where you will use it in the Visualforce. Okay, so Lightning input is a self-closed. Lightning input is a self-closed tag.
Name attribute.
Yeah, attribute. What is the attribute we have to give here? If I wanted to use it as a text input.
Name.
Type.
Type equal to.
Type equal to.
Text.
Text.
And then label. Label equal to enter
First name.
Do I need any other information here? Let's go back and see the requirement. Okay, only the attachment is required. Rest all are not required. So that is for the input text. This is enter first name, and the second one here, lightning colon input. We need second one called type equal to text.
Text label.
Label equal to enter last name. Self closed. Next one, what type of input we have?
Email.
Email.
Email. Lightning colon input. Type
Equal to email.
email. And the label equal to email. And the next one, what type of input it is?
Date.
Date.
Date. Lightning colon input type equal to date. Label equal to date to visit. Date to visit. And the last one,
File.
File.
file. Lightning colon input type equal to file. Label equal to, let's say, attachment. Now, what is the another attribute it comes here?
Required.
Required, because in user story we have a required if star mark is there. Required equal to true. Self closed. Now, if you observe here, if you observe this, whether it is a text type or an email, date, file, whatever the type it is, we are only changing the type. Rest all is the same. Only change is a type. You have it here text, here email, and here date, and here it is file. Lightning colon input type decides which type of input it is. Which type of input it is. Based on that, user can enter same type of input information on that field. Now, once this is done, we will save it, and what we will do, we will give it as a quick action. Once we are done with this component, we will go to the quick action. We'll go to the object, and there we have an option called buttons, links, action, and actions. We'll click on that. There we have an option called new action. We'll create a new action and select the action type equal to lightning component. Lightning component. Now, that means I have created the action. Now this quick action is placed onto the record. This quick action is placed onto the record. Here we are placing it. When client clicks on this quick action, when client click on this quick action, it open up the new window. On top of it, it will open up the new window here. And in this window, we are showing the information of enter first name, last name, enter last name, email, date to visit, and then upload attachment. And by default, Salesforce is providing the footer. Here we'll have a cancel button. Now, so when we click on this action, what happens? When we click on this action, there is a lightning component. What is the lightning component? It goes to that particular lightning component and it verifies what is the logic is written in this lightning component. It checks everything and it takes a few seconds to load this window. It takes a few seconds because as soon as client is click on this quick action, the first thing is that it first has to go to quick action. It should go to the quick action. Tell me what is the lightning component. Okay, this is the lightning component. Now it will go back to that particular lightning component. It will take a lightning component. What is the logic is written? What is the user interface logic is written in this lightning aura component? Take that information and then send it to, and then take that information, send it to Salesforce because Salesforce has their own code. Send it to Salesforce and cross-verify if everything is working fine. There is no compilation error, there is no runtime error, nothing is there. Then Salesforce return back to this on the user interface. That's how we see the output. And on this output, if you right click on this window, if you right click on this window and select the inspect, what will happen if you select the inspect? You will see the logic, whatever you have written, the logic here, whatever the logic you have written here, it won't appear here. It won't appear the same logic. You will see different logic in the inspect. Let me show you that. Okay, first let's go ahead and implement. Now we are clear with the how to write a component.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, lightning. It does not give you the information in the developer console. You have to write it. Like Visual Force, whenever we are writing, it shows options, right? Here it doesn't show any option. So type equal to text. So what I'll do is first I'll copy this 5 times. Okay, text, and then we have an email,
Checkbook.
date, file. Okay, now label equal to, let's assume that enter first name. We'll copy this and use the same information, enter last name. And here label equal to email, label equal to date to visit, and label equal to attachment. Let's say. Perfect. Now let's go back to the Salesforce Lightning experience. Let's refresh. Okay, whenever you are making a changes in the Lightning component, we have to do the refresh. Otherwise, the changes won't be applied. So click on a new record. Click on inspect. Console. Failure. Dev tool failed to load the source, could not load it. Why? What is the reason there? What is the reason? What might be the reason? Failure. What is happening here? Error blocked by the client. Could not load the. Okay, could not load content. Did I mention anything spelling wrong somewhere? Lightning input. Lightning input. Type text label. Enter first name.
Is there any problem with app hostable?
Which one? App hostable? I don't think so. But let's try it. Let me remove that. But it should not be any problem. Okay, let's save. Okay. We are giving the label. Label is a mandatory attribute. Yes, we are giving the label. Now let's see. Let's clear this. This is the debugging steps, guys. When you click on this icon, it will clear the console. And again, I'm loading the Lightning. Okay, new record. Okay. Text is allowing me the numbers also. So it does not restrict much here. Now let me increase. Let me increase the height so we can see all the information there. Click on edit. Let's say 300 pixel. Save. Let's refresh this.
Swapna?
Yeah.
What was the issue there? Why you were getting error?
We have removed the another interface. Lightning.
The app hostable?
Yes.
Yeah, because I tried using both and it works for me. I'm using both app hostable as well as the other one.
Not sure why it was showing.
Ma'am,
Okay.
required is not there.
Yeah, required
that
for the attachment. Required, we are missing it. Let's go ahead and add. Required equal to true.
Mom, when they fill the information, does it save in Salesforce?
Can you repeat that again?
When they put the information in the quick action, does it save to Salesforce?
Yes.
So we don't need to add any line or code to actually make it save,
You mean to
right?
say whatever we enter here, does it automatically save the information? No, it doesn't save.
Okay.
It doesn't save. We have to write a logic. That is a logic has to be implemented in the JavaScript. So just hold on it. We are just starting the Lightning component.
Yeah, but it's very the way you're explaining it is so easy. Thank you.
Thank you. So let's refresh this account and click on this new record. Okay, so it is showing me perfectly fine. Now I can give the information here. Salesforce. And the last name is dev. Email sdev@gmail.com. And visit to date. As soon as I click on it, I can see the calendar. It will open up the calendar and I can select date to visit, upload file. Upload file, I can choose any file. So basically, any file that I can choose it from my system. Any type of file, I can choose it. Here, the logic is not working because on click of this, what action needs to be happen? We have not written anything. Did we write anything in the logic? We have not written anything there. We just added the user interface. I just added the input, text input, email. This is just a user interface. This is just a user interface. Now, so this is how we display the information on the user interface. So enter first name, enter last name, email, date to visit, attachment. If you wanted to make enter first name mandatory, you just need to add the required equal to true. You just need to add the required equal to true. Now, name is, there is another attribute called name. There is another attribute called name. Now, if I add a name, what will happen? I'll say that this is input 1. I'll say input 1. Let's refresh. I'm doing the hard refresh here. And click on this new record. Does it show anywhere? It doesn't show here on the user interface. It doesn't show on the user interface. I cannot see whatever is declared in the name. Name is just for a developers. That is for only for developers. Why we use the name field? Why do we have it? Like, I can say that that is inherited basically. Kind of a name you are giving for the input element. Like in the visual course, we have a ID, right? ID is in Lightning also we have a ID. That is a different thing, but name is basically inherited. So it's specific. If we want, like we specify the name of the input element there, but that does not display here. That does not display here. That is just an information. So you can avoid the name field. You can avoid a name attribute. You can avoid it because this does not show on the UI. What is the purpose of it? When we go to the JavaScript, I'll tell you what is the purpose of that name attribute. Okay, when we are implementing the JavaScript, that time we will see there are different things which we have to see here. On click option on the attachment, and also why we use the name field. We will see those information. Now let me right click on inspect and go to console. Go to element. Now highlight this. I can click on inspect. Now, did we write a model? We have not written anything model here, right? Salesforce added it. Salesforce added the SLDS -model, model title, what is the font weight and font size, line height, everything is added by the Salesforce. This header part is added by the Salesforce. Right, this is the container. This is a container, model container. Within that, we have a model header. And this is the body. Okay. Do you see here? Data -aura -. Okay, class. Class, what it says here? Runtime _ platform _ action, quick action wrapper. But did we write a quick action wrapper? We have not written the quick action wrapper. We have written lightning quick action. But how it is converted, that it is converted into the class called runtime _ platform _ action, quick action wrapper. Who did this? Like Salesforce. So basically, Salesforce takes information from the custom component, whatever we have implemented the custom component, it takes it and it converts into their own code, and it will execute the runtime. Runtime platform is executed here. During the runtime, it also got the class from our custom component, which is called force:lightningQuickAction. And we have a panel. So this is the panel, right? But we have not mentioned anything panel or a show me in center, right? We have not mentioned like it should be in the center, but how it was happening in the Visualforce yesterday, when I have written something, it is showing either this corner or this corner. If I wanted to make it center, then I have to apply the CSS style. But here what is happening? Salesforce is taken by default. So how the style is captured here, height equal to 300 pixel, because we have mentioned here 300 pixel. So that's what are the height, and margin height is, it takes from during the creation of QuickAction, what are the height we mentioned, it takes from there. Right, so these, whatever the medium content, whatever these options, these stylings are there, it is automatically applied by Salesforce. We need not to do anything here. We need not to do anything. Now, what we have written an input lightning : input. What we have written lightning : input. But what did Salesforce converted into? Lightning -input. Salesforce converted into the lightning -input. But what we have written? We have written lightning : input. We have written lightning : input. Now Salesforce converted this into the lightning -input, and they have added some styling. They have applied the form element styling. They have applied it. Now if you open this, you can see more information. Now inside that label, we have given the label. What we did, we just added the attribute label equal to enter first name. But what it converted into the HTML tag called label. And within that, open label and close label. And within that, we have a enter first name. See how Salesforce is doing. It's a very smart. I'm not writing the much code here. I'm just using one attribute. I'm just using an attribute. But Salesforce take this attribute and the value of that attribute and then put it into the tag called label tag. Put it into the label tag. And it adds some styling also. It has its own styling. It is adding the styling. Right, and then we have an input field. We have an input field, lightning -input. And type, it is taking as a text. What is the class? Class is a SLDS input. It is applying by default their own styling. Padding 0, padding top 0, padding right. After this, give some space. After the field, give some space, 0 pixel. So padding left, then left side, give a space, width of it 100%, minimum height, whatever the actual height is, then calculate that. It is calculating the height, whatever we have given. Line height, it is taking by default the line height. Border, how much border? See how much it is written on the single input field. So many stylings has written here. But did we write these all stylings? How much time it would have taken in the Visualforce if I have to implement these all, right? So Salesforce is coming up with a very smart way where they can provide a variable to us and we will give a value to that variable, and Salesforce take that variable and the value and converts into their language and display the information by applying all the styles, tags, everything. So half of the UI part is taken care by the Salesforce. You need not to worry about it. Right? See, so many stylings it is applied on the just for input, SLDS hyphen input to make it this beautiful. Okay, any questions on this? Okay, so let me go back to the slide. Questions. How many component force namespace has?
3, ma'am.
What are those?
App hostable, lightning quick action, as record ID.
Ma'am, actually, lightning quick action without header also will come, right? Or it will come under other subclass?
No, it will be part of this. Okay. So, but when you create a new lightning component, by default, how it is displaying? Does it displaying the without header? I create a new lightning component.
Without header, it won't display.
It is just displaying the quick action. It does not give me the quick action and quick action without header. So basically, this one we are talking about. Okay. So it has a both quick action and quick action without header. Lightning quick action component used for
Is it to create a quick action?
Action.
Actions.
Action.
quick action. App hostable component used for
Create a
Tab.
tab.
lightning colon input used for
To input a field text
Whether
type.
it may be text, mail, date.
Multiple components.
For creating label like
Get user input.
used for lightning input is used for
To input a field
it accepts user input.
users input. Use this lightning component to accept user input depending on the type attribute. Whenever we need a user input based on the type of attribute, we will be using the lightning input. So this is the assignment. Now here we have a first name, last name, email, account number, a required password, date to visit, is it still active, attachment. Total 8 are there. Total 8 are there. So homework is implement a lightning quick action on the account object called new record. On clicking on the new record, quick action, display 8 input field. Enter first name, enter last name. First name is a mandatory required field. Enter last name, email, enter the account number, required password, date to visit, is it still active, upload a file. Any questions?
Yeah, ma'am, I have one question.
Yes.
This lightning quick action, can we apply multiple objects, ma'am?
Lightning quick action. Yes, you can create it on multiple.
Yes. Yeah. In page layouts, we can choose, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So in the input field, you see here, enter user ID. It's showing as a grade 1. How to do that? How to do that? So basically, we have another attribute, which is called placeholder, which is called placeholder. If I say enter first name, if I go back to the Salesforce, just refresh. Click on new record. See here, enter first name. It's a placeholder. You cannot select that. It's a grayed out and it's basically within the input field back end, it has some information. But as you type here, it will go away. But if you don't type anything, it will display placeholder. It displays the placeholder. You are clear with first name, last name, email, account number, this one. Okay, is it still active? What is this basically? It is toggle.
Radio.
Not a radio option, it is a toggle. We call it as a toggle. So how do we implement it? Use the type called toggle. Toggle, let's say that, is it yes or no? Okay, let's go back to the Salesforce. Click on new record. See, it's a toggle. Inactive, active. Visit yes or no. So just use a type called toggle. So this is a text. First one is a text. Second one, what is it?
Text.
Text. And the third one?
Email.
Email. Fourth one?
Text.
Why it is a text? We are entering the number here.
Text can allow
Text
na,
also it
number
will
also.
allow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Text. This one?
Password.
Password.
And this one?
Date.
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 Toggle.
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 File.
Type.
Files.
Perfect. Okay. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? We are done with the session. I'm just checking that why it is not working with the app first of all. We are done with the session. Okay, it is working. Maybe first time it was having a problem, but it's not an issue. You can use it. Maybe first time loading, there might be some issue with that. Rana, you asked some question starting of the session. What is that question? Lightning component modification name. Okay, that I'll cover it tomorrow. Is Rana there? She left. Okay, I'll cover tomorrow. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sapna.
Thank you.
Swapna?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah. I had some questions, which I have doubt in the admin certification. Yeah. So is it okay if I just email you and you can help me with those answers?
Oh, yeah.
Just a
Yeah.
minute. Do you have anything, Sayed, to speak? Just to give 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Sayed.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sayed, do you have anything to speak?
Syed, are you able to hear us? Let me stop this recording.